We're back. Thank you very, very much. And I'm telling you, man, I'm so excited about this show because of my guest. I told you earlier, man, this guy is 22, immigrant sankra. But the guy is talented. The guy has a future. Let's take a look at this clip featuring Sarkodie with my man, Kuami Eugene. Take a look at this. Well, he's in the house. Put your hands together. Show some love for my man, Kuami Eugene. Very good. All right. Kuami, have a seat, man. How you doing?
I'm so good.
You good?
Yeah.
Fantastic, man. And I was thinking, what, you're 22?
Yeah, 22.
Oh, you're a small boy.
I turned 22 just this February.
Really? Recently? Well, how does it feel, man? 22, now a big name.
It feels good. It actually feels good because, I mean, I'm putting smile on my mom's face. Yeah.
You did what?
I'm putting smiles on my mom's face.
On your mom's face?
Because it wasn't easy. When I was growing up, people used to say that obey and I swore you and I'm crying a piece and I snort on your
Really?
Yes, and my mom was so sad about it. I mean, she used to sit me down and go like, then I do a bra boy, Kwame, and you get what I mean? But all of a sudden, I'm here today, the whole Ghana, anywhere I travel to, they are singing my songs back to back. And my mom is so proud.
Show some love for that, man. Wow. It started from your childhood.
Yeah.
You always had earpiece and singing. Who were you listening to then?
I used to listen to Daddy Lumba, Amachi Dede, Kojo Ntwi, Oforian Ponsan. Yeah, I love high life music.
And when you're listening, what was going through your mind? Were you just listening, or you had an interest in becoming like them?
Okay, so I had like 100% interest because I love music so much. So
how old were you then? When did this start?
When I was like 16.
Okay.
When I was like 16, I started. I had to learn how to play the keyboard because, unfortunately for me, I didn't come with a silver spoon in the mouth already. I lived in Fadama. Life wasn't easy there, so my hope was church. I used to, and my church was right opposite my house, like 5 steps away from my house.
Yeah.
So, when I get back from school, I just go to church and sit behind the keyboard, connect it, and just play. I didn't know how to play, but I'll just play. So I played for like a year, and all of a sudden I could play all the keys without being taught.
You were self-taught?
Yeah.
Really?
Because there's no money to go and pay a teacher to come and teach me. So
you sit behind the keyboard and
I played it, and sometimes I'll do bass and I'll do drums. So I was playing bass, drums, and the keyboard for the church. And I was feeling for people, so when the drummer is not in, I play the drums. When the bass is not in, I play the bass. When the keyboard is not, I play the
And all of this was self-taught?
Yes, please. And I had to do that because there was no money to go and pay a teacher.
Wow.
Yeah, and my mom preferred that instead of going out to because I lived in Fadama, where it's party and let me say gangster moves. You know what I mean? Yeah. So my mom was so excited. I chose that instead of being a gangster. Yeah, but some small part of Fadama boy they in me though. But yeah, you get what I mean. So how
much percentage is Fadama?
Let's say I have 70% Fadama boy.
Hey, that's not small part.
Yeah, that's you can't be in Fadama and be soft. It's not possible.
What was the toughest thing you
done? They will chase you away.
What was the toughest thing you encountered, or you had to show your?
There are lots of things I've encountered I can't see on screen. It's bad. I've seen some of my friends being. I can't just say it on because someone go like, oh, how? Really? Yeah, because I've seen some of my friends, let me say, being murdered on.
Really?
Yeah, it's Fadama. They were just fighting all over something, and someone took something, and all of a sudden.
Wow.
So we took the person to the hospital, playfully. We just announced that this person is dead.
Wow.
Because of this fight. Yeah.
It was that wild, eh?
Yeah, it's
a gangster.
That's the street I lived in.
Whoa.
Fadama life, you get it. Besides, they are wonderful people. If you're peaceful, you can live in Fadama.
You were born in Odado.
Yeah. And
how did you end up in Fadama?
I was born in Odan, but then my mom came to Accra.
Okay.
To seek for greener pasture.
Okay.
Life wasn't easy Odan there, and I was just 3 years. So
you were 3.
Yeah, when she got some place here in Accra to stay, and she came back for me from Odan. So I joined my mom when I was just 3 years, and I lived in Fadama all my life. Yeah.
Wow. Where do you live now?
I live in Achimota Petroleum Estate now.
Petroleum Estate.
Yeah.
Okay. So going back to hanging out in the church, learning to play your own, learning on your own to play the piano, bass guitar, and drums.
Yeah.
That was obviously a musical career in the making.
Yeah, I knew it was going to happen one day, but I mean, a boy from Fadama who to say, yo, I believe in your talent. Come, let's go. I'll help you. That was what I was looking for. So I needed something. I taught myself how to produce as well because I didn't have enough money to pay producers.
Wow.
Yeah, because I gave all my school fees to
When
them.
you say you taught yourself to produce, what exactly were you doing?
Yeah,
what did it entail?
I got the software on my big brother's computer. Yeah, because I didn't have a computer, my big brother's computer. And he won't allow me to use the computer because, I mean, so when he's away, normally he was in SHS. So when he's in school, I make good use of the computer. I have the software. I'll learn. I didn't know YouTube more. If it was today,
You'd have gone.
I would have just gone to YouTube, learn something from YouTube and apply. But I didn't have a mobile phone. I didn't have Wi-Fi. So all I had was the software. So I had to, in a sequence, in the process, little by little, learn how to put kicks and snares and tones together. And I didn't have a keyboard to play, so I have to, instead of playing, I draw the tones bit by bit. Every engineer will understand what I'm saying. I draw the tones bit by bit. And
you draw the tone?
I draw the tones. Every engineer will understand this.
I'm not an engineer, so explain it to me.
Okay, so there is something called MIDI. It's a process where you connect your keyboard or maybe your guitar to a sound card, then to the computer. Then you can play straight from your keyboard and it records.
Okay.
But this time around, I didn't have a keyboard. I don't have that money. I don't have sound card.
Wow.
And obviously, I didn't even have a MIDI cable. All I had was a computer, a software that was installed on my brother's computer. So all I did was, instead of playing straight into the computer, I draw them. So maybe I draw C, and I draw F, and I draw A. That'll give me a C chord. I'm just saying. Then I draw maybe, so I'll draw the C chord with the B flat chord, this chord, and I combine them. And instead of playing, then it will give me that same sound that I need.
Wow.
So if a person with all these gadgets would take 2 minutes to play a tone, it would take me like 2 hours to produce.
To do it.
Yeah. But I mean, I believed in it and I knew it was a process. So when I got signed to Lynx Entertainment, let me say 2 years ago, and I had everything. I went to the studio. It was such a big studio with MIDI cables and keyboard, guitars, everything, big screens. I used to produce in 10 minutes. I used to produce the whole song in 10 minutes because I'm used to drawing it. I'm used to the hard process. So Charlie, I was like, kid, didn't any what happened? Because everything was there, and I had to just.
And everything looked very easy for you, right?
And it would just record like, oh, Charlie, here for bread. It wasn't bad. God being so good. Things are moving.
That's amazing, you know. Yeah. This is really amazing. I mean, for me, the fact that everything was just engineered by you sitting down there, that's a lot of talent, though.
When you get that hungry, you
hungry,
discover your talent.
For me, even goes past hunger. There's a certain level of perseverance and dedication involved that even if you're full, maybe you would have still done it. Really?
Yeah, I think so. There was some mindset that I told my mom that as long as God is on my side, I'll get a car and I'll make sure she won't be walking anymore at the age of 25. And I'll got a car at the age of 20.
For you?
I got her car not long ago, though. Yes, but she was using my car small.
Yeah.
I got her hair car, so she's okay now.
Yeah.
But I mean, that perseverance, the fact that so long as God is on my side, I have a feeling if I keep working hard, I will be okay before I get to 25, and things are working out.
That's fantastic. I'm showing some love, man. And what I 22, and what you've done, so you've just come from Canada?
Yes,
Were you
please.
performing Let's take a second and look at a clip of Kuami Eugene in Canada. How did you get the gig to go in Canada? Let's start from there.
Okay, so since the release of Angela, I've been getting gigs from all over the world. I've been to Sierra Leone, I've been to Nigeria, I've been to Portugal, I've been to London, I've been to Italy.
And it's all through Angela?
Yeah, since the release of Angela, I started getting the call since I released Angela, because that's my biggest song, and that's the song that introduced me to the world. Because I had songs, but I wasn't that big.
Yeah.
But God gave me Angela, and it was all over the place, and I'm getting calls all over. So I was there, and I got a call from my manager that, yo, Canada people call, they need you. I go, oh, that'd be cool. This is my first time in Canada.
Yeah.
And I went there, the whole place was packed. We had a full place, we performed, and it was amazing. So we say thank you to Canada. I came back to Ghana to work again. Yeah.
And how long were you away?
I was away for just 4 days.
4 days?
Yes, please.
Do you have lots of engagements in Ghana?
Yeah, lots of them. Besides, it's Ghana Music Award is really near, and I'm being tagged as an artist of the year, so I really need to come back and work. Yeah, just came to work.
Let's talk about the Ghana Music Awards. You are in there with heavyweights, man.
Serious heavyweights.
Serious? I like how you've qualified it. Serious heavyweights.
Yeah, it's crazy.
How do you feel going in? And how do you assess yourself?
I feel last year, talking about last year, was a very good year for me. I would say it was my best year since I joined the mainstream so far. I've been on lots of stages. I've been on lots of platforms. I've been in many countries and countless hit songs. And God being so good, every single song that I was on last year, talking about Kwani featuring TikTok, talking about Killing Me Softly with Adina, Strong Man, Baby Girl, talking about Jupiter, and every single song that I was featured on was a hit song. And let's say lots of the songs that we enjoyed last year had a bit of Kuami Eugene. If I didn't write the song, I produced it. Yeah. If I didn't write the song, I produced it, or I was featured on. And talking of Miss V to Adina, the songs that last year was actually a very good year for me. So
you were ruling last year.
Let me just say, I think I worked last year, and then again we had artists like Satawale, Stoneboy, Sarkodie, who actually also worked last year. So me, I keep saying that no strings attached to this whole thing. We should just give the cup to who it fits. That's it. Yeah.
If you won, what would be your acceptance speech?
I'll say, oh, what's up, Ghana, RockStar Kuami. I just want to say a very big thank you to Lord God Almighty for giving me this month, because I needed it. Thank God for bringing me this far. Thank Ghanaians for holding me down. Thanks to Team Kuami Eugene, Team RockStar, Links Entertainment, Richie Mensah for picking me up from where I was to this extent. I appreciate this love. Let's continue supporting high life music to the world. RockStar Africa #1. Yeah.
Good to have, man. Well, I feel like I've heard the acceptance speech, but let's see what God feels.
God is able. God is able.
And if you don't?
If I don't, I will like, yo, thank you, Ghana. I appreciate this, because I know I won't go empty-handed. Yeah. Because I've been nominated for High Life Artist of the Year, High Life Song of the Year, Producer of the Year, Popular Song of the Year, Song of the Year.
Yeah. So if you don't win the ultimate, you're still not walking away.
But I need the ultimate, actually.
You want the ultimate?
I feel last year was actually just my year, because I performed to over 45,000 people in Sierra Leone. It was an African concert.
45,000?
Yeah, it was a whole stadium, and I was shocked. My manager saw me differently from that day.
Really?
He was like, yo, you are a superstar. I was like, oh, stop it. And he was shocked. Like, when I was performing to the 45,000 people, I turned, I watched my manager, and he was shocked. He was like this.
Wow.
He didn't believe the songs that we were doing in Ghana. It's all over the place like this. Because Sierra Leoneans were singing.
Oh, they were singing along.
Confusion. They were singing Angela and Never Carry Last. It was just amazing. I felt good myself, like, yo, thank you, God. Mama, I made it.
Yeah,
and my manager felt overwhelmed. He was like, yo, that's time that you did a stage stop. Me, I know they see you as Kuami Eugene.
Wow.
You were a superstar to me. And normally, to them, you are not that much of a superstar because, let me say, they made you.
Yeah.
Do you get?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
for your own manager to go like, geez, that's another level. So, I feel last year, I actually worked just as I'm working this year. I'm just being the musician Kuami Eugene that people know me for. So I'm just doing my good work. And I feel if the cap fits me, you should just let me wear it. It's not because I'm too young, because people keep saying he's too young, it's heavy, heavy. I don't know if I'll carry it, but it's too young, it's heavy.
But that's what people are saying. There's a lot of that.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charlie, they think they deserve more, but
you're too young.
It's you are too young.
Yeah.
But I mean, there've been bigger awards like Grammys and BT awards that people like Justin Bieber were able to grab some at the age of 16, 17. But when it comes to Africa, we feel, oh, you are too young for this. Yeah, even if you deserve it, you are too young.
Yeah.
When they're waiting when you get to 30, and you get what I mean? But
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
praying that God
yeah.
changed minds then. Let's just say he deserves
Yeah.
it, so let's just give it to him. That's it.
Yeah. And I mean, it has to get to a point where it's past the age thing. It has to be what you deliver. The excellence that you deliver.
Yeah.
That's what counts.
'Cause
not how old you are.
One man
or
sat down
yeah.
and he put things together with regards to what I did last year that he feels I deserve Artist of the Year. Because when it comes to the population, the numbers, the hit songs, the shows, and everything, Angela's got 12 million views.
Wow.
Yeah.
12 million?
Yeah. Wish Me Well's got 10 million views. Confusion has got 7 million views. And the numbers is there. And I've got over 2 million views on Spotify for Angela. And Ghanaians don't even listen to Spotify. We have...
Yeah. So this is all like...
it's worldwide. You get what I mean?
Worldwide audience.
I feel, then again, whoever the cap fits, let's just let him work. That's it. Yeah.
Show some love, man. This kid. Wow. There's a lot to me, you know. Even just listening to you, it's amazing. But from what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing, it's like the best is yet to come.
I have a feeling.
There's so much in you yet to come out.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. So back to the same cliche question, man. I mean, 22, this far, is amazing, you know. In your own quiet times that you think about things, what goes through your mind?
I actually think about this thing very well. Because let's put all jokes aside, I'm 22 years. And sometimes I think about how long it's going to take for me to hold on to this. Yeah. Then again, I think about, I didn't give myself this whole thing that I'm doing. It's God-given. Okay. I didn't wake up one early morning, I was like, yo, if I was doing this whole thing for me, I would have been a big star long time ago. I couldn't do anything about it. I was in the streets, and God was like, okay, my boy, this is your time. I couldn't do anything about it. If I could have done something about it, you think I wouldn't have known long time ago to help my mom from where she found herself? Yeah, and then again, I think about this. It's God-given. So he will see me through this. Because it's not easy. With regards to, I blew up really quick. I was a hit when I was at the age of 19. I had Angela at the age of 19. I was all over the place. And I'm thinking of, even if I picture people like Sarkodie, when am I going to find a spouse? When am I going to, I mean, if I will find a good woman, or let me say a good girl today, it's going to take me some years to go like, okay, I'm ready to marry. So if I find somebody now, let me say if I find somebody now, it's going to take me like, let's say 10 years to get to at the age of, let's say, 30 or close to 30, that I'll say, okay, I want to get married. Can I hold on to that person for that 10 years with all this traveling and with all these girls screaming at me, plenty girls in my DMs? So should I take my time? Should I go in for this? Should I, this whole thing is a process, and I feel that is why I have people like Richie Mensah, and I talk to people like KSM Kwame. I talk to people like Sarkodie. I talk just to grab a little bit of the ideas with regards to what I'm doing now. Because if I don't take care, at the age of 25, 26 to 30, I can mess this whole thing up. And this big Kuami Eugene that we are seeing today, because I've heard of people that you see them rise to the top and getting close to where they should settle down and feel free and enjoy their labor, everything. They just lose everything like that. And I keep praying to God that that shouldn't happen to me. But it's then again a difficult task. But God will see me through, I'm sure.
Put your hands together, man. This getting so exciting. We're going to take a break. When we come back, more. We'll be right back.
The KSM Show.